What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to the Fckry with Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus. I'm Lenny Marcus.
And I'm Leslie Jones.
And this is the podcast where the mission is to keep it 100 at all times. We talk about the fuckery going on in the world and in our lives, and while having a whole lot of fun doing it. In the studio today, we have an award-winning screenwriter and stand-up comedian. Zarna Garg is joining us today.
Zarna.
This week, we answer your listener questions, and then we end with the Fckry of the week. But first, I can't wait for this. What the fuck is up, Leslie?
What's
Leslie
up?
was coming in hot. That was the rumor all day. What happened today?
What was the rumor? There's rumors about me?
You sent me at 2:15 in the afternoon. I got a thing. This is going to be the worst day ever. The world is over. I'm like,
I did not say the world was over.
Here to say, I don't know how to get through today. I'm in the fucking worst mood ever. So now, of course, I'm like, that only sends off 20 alarms across the country. 3 here, 3 in LA.
I literally am never texting you anything else because you cannot keep your fucking mouth shut. What if, wow. What if I don't want America to know that no one wants to know a sad Leslie Jones?
Okay, I said, let's talk it out on the show.
And I was like, I said, I don't want to be on no fucking show.
So you wonder how that would worry me since we have a guest coming in. We have to do a show before this show. We did somebody else's podcast.
You're my friend. I'm supposed to be able to vent to you.
That scares the shit out of me.
But that's venting. Should I start?
Yeah, but I mean, I think something bad happened.
Should I start off by saying I'm just venting?
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Should I do venting, that? Yeah. Should I do that? I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just venting. Okay, I'm just venting, but that. Okay, and then say that.
I thought that something really bad happened. Like we got
because there's always something.
Somebody died.
It's always something.
It's always something.
I'm just fucking exhausted, and I went to bed at 5 o'clock this morning. You know
why?
Because my sleeping habits are of the devil. I am a fucking vampire. Do you know this has been a problem since I was a child? Do you know that they wanted to put me in night school? Like literally they was suggested to put me in night school because I would sleep and my dad was like, I'm not putting my fucking 11-year-old in a fucking night school. You fucking
That's a real
make
thing?
No, like we was in the military too, so I mean, they was gonna make it happen. I was gonna have to be with grown-ups or whatever. But I probably would have soared. Like, who knows? Like, fucking who knows? Maybe they should have let me go to night school. Instead, they turned my life into a living fucking, like, just because you fucking change whatever goes on, it's not going to make me a morning person. I just was the most grumpiest fucking child until fucking third period or in the afternoon after lunch, and then I was fine. But I was a cranky little kid because you're trying to make me go to sleep, and I can't sleep. I don't know.
Wait a second. You're admitting you're cranky in the morning? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Oh. So, I'm sorry. Because I remember you almost shot somebody on Supermarket
I tell
Sweep.
everybody, listen, I tell everybody this.
Yeah.
I am like a 2-year-old until you give me juice. Like, you know, it's like when have you ever had a kid and they wake up cranky? Kids wake up cranky and then motherfucker. And they wake up and then they're like, don't fuck with me, leave me alone. And then you give them juice and they be like, all right, I'm good. That's me. And that's why I tell everybody, I'm like, I'll get it. I'm going to get the fucking job done. But goddamn it, Kim, behind scenes, do I have to be hopping around this motherfucker like an energizer?
No.
Motherfuckers be expecting to happen. I swear, if anybody sees a frown on Leslie Jones' face or a sigh or not a smile, it's immediate emergency. I can come up on a set and come out the car, and I swear the person that meets me there, if I'm not like, hey, how you doing? I'm Leslie Jones. Them motherfuckers will be like, is something wrong with Leslie? Like, we can get her something. We need to run somewhere and get Leslie something to drink because, oh my God, is Leslie not in a good mood? It's so fucking like, motherfucker, let me wake up. Okay?
Yeah.
Y'all got a vampire in the daytime. My skin is burning. I'm dying. I'm a vampire. I'm dying inside. Like, but I swear to God, at 4 or 5 o'clock, motherfucker, I soar.
It's true. That is true. So for now on in the morning, I'll just use code phrase. Somebody get her some juice.
No, it's so funny because Blanca's so good. Blanca had eggs, and I had like this leftover steak that Tasha had made me, and she made the steak, so I had steak and eggs, and she made it on a plate, and I was like,
and you were
okay,
a different person.
Well, I wouldn't say I was different, but I I wasn't mad while eating the steak. I kind of felt like, oh, I better act like I have some sense. This is kind of fucked up. If
you had a great. I couldn't figure out what it could possibly be because last week somebody gave you a car.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, Toyota gave me a car, and I had a good reading from my what do they call? I don't know what they call it. No, a good reading like a
reading from the card
like
reader.
A card reader, like a good. I had a good car.
What
but
did she say?
A lot of good shit. Like lots of. I'm supposed to the King of Pentacles. All this bullshit. Like I got
the car ready.
I got the
Predict
lovers,
something else.
I got the lovers card. I got the desire card. I got all kind. I got all the queen cards and shit. They said there's going to be some kind of situation coming up where I'm going to have to put my foot down, which I think is going to be probably like one of the projects, of course. But it was a good reading. But I think I was grouchy because I'm tired. I went to bed really late.
Were you watching something?
Man, listen. Sunday and Monday is a fucking crapshoot, okay? I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Like Monday is a fuck off. It's just a day that is just fucked off. That's why I don't like people to plan shit on Monday, because Monday I usually use it to literally just do whatever the fuck I want. Like Sunday is not that day. Sunday's the actual day I sleep. Saturdays I kind of sleep, but I'm thinking about the set. Friday and Saturday I'm thinking about the sets. So Sunday is the day I really actually start coming down and maybe sleep. But Monday is my fuck off day. Like if I want to eat something stupid, or if I want to, I don't know, if I want to stay up, but something stupid always happens on Monday. Like my internet went out like 12 o'clock at night, and I was watching this show. And let me tell you something, when you interrupt me watching a fucking show, let me tell you something about the goddamn tantrums that I have by myself. Sometimes these tantrums are so, I go, you will never get a boyfriend. You will never ever get a boyfriend, because if you
Juice won't fix it.
If you ever fucking have a tantrum like this in front of a boyfriend, they will be like, I'm the fuck out of here. Because it was like, what the fuck? I'm so fucking tired of something always fucking happening in this house. Because the internet goes out, right?
Yeah. That's when they do maintenance at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Listen. Okay, I'm up. Okay, provide for me. Okay, provide. So I call Spectrum. And let me tell you something.
They're like, go to bed.
No, you think you're gonna curse these people out, and literally had the most fun for about 45 minutes on the phone with two of the Spectrum call. Man, had them dying laughing, and they was like, what you doing up? I was like, well, where the fuck you at? And she was like, Ohio. I was like, Ohio, bitch, how y'all catching? So fucking fun. So they finally tell me, they was like, oh, it's an outage in your area. They didn't even report it. And I was like, girl, like she told me so much stuff that I could go by now. I don't never have to call Spectrum no more. But I also get my registration tags, right? So I go, bam, gonna go put my registration tags on the fucking truck, and I'm gonna feel like a real goddamn human being. So I get out there, and on my truck, I have these glitter license plate things that surround my license plate, and this motherfucker didn't want to come off. So I'm having a tantrum about that in the fucking garage at 2:30 in the fucking morning. I'm screaming at the fucking truck. I was like, how could you let this happen? And what the fuck? So where's my screwdriver? I don't have a fucking wire pliers. You remember wire pliers?
Yes.
I don't have wire pliers.
Why would you just take it in, let them do it? You have guys that'll come to the house and do it.
I want to do it my fucking self. I do it every time. In the morning. Every time I do my own registration, because there's a fucking process. You put the registration tag on, you take a razor blade, you cut it, so no one will steal your fucking shit. And that is my privilege as a person who owns a fucking car. I should be able to put my own fucking tags on my own fucking car. So I had a tantrum about that. And then I went inside, and I had left all my makeup and brushes and everything out. And I was like, oh, fuck, what is wrong with you? So then I get all my brushes, I get my sponges, and I fucking clean them, which was really relaxing. It was actually very relaxing. And like cleaning the brushes, it was actually very therapeutically relaxing. So then I went into the bedroom, and by this time I'm knowing it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. So then I started watching this show called The Misinfects or something. It's on Netflix about these kids.
Judith, help me.
About these kids that get this medicine. They've been giving these kids these pills and shit. Then they stop giving the pills, and these motherfuckers got superpowers. It's like really fucking good. It's called The Misinfects or The Misfects or The Defects. I don't fucking know. But I watched that shit, and then I said, I better go to sleep because I got to get up in the morning. And then, yep.
Nobody knows what show you're talking about. We're all looking it up.
Okay, it's called... Oh, I don't know because
whatever. But it sounds good.
You know what? I can bring up the Netflix on my phone and it'll go right to it. And if it don't, I'm gonna have a fucking.
So you watched
tantrum
all the
about
episodes?
that.
How many?
I didn't watch all of them. I just watched one.
Oh. And what point do you go? Okay, that's enough. I got to go to sleep. 5.
When I'm about to pass the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? When
you got to just give yourself a cutoff time, like 3 a.m.
I've done that. When I do that, when I have my lights set at 1, 3, and 4. So when it goes off at 1, I go, okay, it's 1 o'clock, bitch. You start winding it up, and then there's this rebellious piece of shit that comes out and go, you're always making me do something I don't fucking want. I fucking want to stay up. So yeah.
Who's that? Little Leslie? Was that a 7-year-old Leslie?
It's called The Imperfects.
Imperfects. Okay. And so you like the show?
It's
thumbs up?
So fucking good.
All right. There you go. Real recommendation. Very nice. And so you stayed out. Everybody else trick-or-treated, had fun, and you watched.
I wish nobody didn't come to my fucking house because I had my lights off and my gate closed. And if somebody would have fucking came to it, I'm going to put guns on top of my gates because if you trick-or-treating, I will fucking give your ass a trick. And that's for fucking sure.
And at like 4 in the afternoon, you're like, be careful.
No, well, yeah, be careful. But like,
came home.
But like, there was a package, and I was watching on my cameras, and somebody up the street, you know, they don't always deliver the packages upstairs,
right?
Up the street. So there was a box in front of my mailbox, and I was gonna go get it, and then I looked out there, and it wasn't out there, and I went and looked back on my cameras, and I saw the black truck pick up the box, and I made Jay go up there. I said, hey. Get in your car and fucking come over here. Go upstairs. Go up there. Go to that place and say, hey, did y'all steal my fucking box? I got you on the cameras. And it was pretty embarrassing when to find out that was their shit and it was their food. It was theirs. But like, I want them to know that I watch my shit.
I saw you take your own shit.
I saw you talking. Hey, I saw you fucking take something in front of my house. And I don't appreciate that. I got cameras. I know
it was yours, but still, don't be taking.
I don't give a shit. Like, you fucking leave a note saying, hey, we took that box or something, goddamn it. And Jay was like, they were
sniper.
Jay was like, they were so fucking nice. And I was like, well, I don't give a fuck.
And you
but
did
I
some,
do. I give a fuck.
You did some podcasting this week. You did Tom Papa and Fortune Feimster show. How'd that go?
Yes. Well,
they're fun.
Yeah, it was so fun. But Lenny, I don't know how to censor myself. And the Comedy Store. Do you know how many times I had sex at the Comedy Store? Like, I didn't realize it until we was doing that
at the Comedy Store.
Man, are you fucking kidding me? Lenny, I have told you several times that I am a whore. And it's okay. I'm like, I'm an old whore. I'm an old whore, but like, you know, like the ones where they be in the movie where they run the bartending now, like they have the saloon in the town, and they know the new whores, but back in the day they whore, but like they're only like a number one whore, and they like fuck the important cowboys that come to town.
Got it.
Right.
Yep.
That's who I am. So. So we were sitting.
You're a bartender whore Annie or whatever her name.
Yeah. It's usually Mabel or something like that too. Like
Mabel, good name.
Cassandra is the one I would pick though. I don't know
what brings you in town, partner.
What brings you in town, partner? I usually don't fuck everybody. I used to fuck everybody, but now I own the bar. But I'll fuck you because you're the top. You're the top.
Yep.
And you need the best
top
whore.
Gun.
You need the best whore. You don't need to get fucked by these amateurs. So
that's right.
So what
Yes,
was we
Maple?
talking about? Oh, anyway, we was at the Comedy Store and we was sitting in the belly room and it's just like the Comedy Store is haunted. So
yes,
when he asked the question, I was like, he asked something and I was like, oh shit, there's a ghost telling me like, hey bitch, why don't you tell him about the time that you fucked somebody in here? So the ghost was keeping me honest is what happened.
I see. And so you were very
many
honest
times
in the room.
Yeah, so many times.
We might get some blowback from that show. Okay. I'll be waiting.
Absolutely not. I mean, they're just gonna be like, where did you, like seriously, Leslie, don't give a fuck. Like I really don't at this point. I'm gonna die soon. So I want people to have stories to talk about.
Yeah. And our final thing from last week is we took a bunch of pitch meetings for a show we're trying to pitch, and this is for you, and I know you call me after, and I always call you. Is there any way to tell as if it's gone well?
Nope.
I can't
figure
it
why?
out. You've been in more than I am.
Because industry people are fucking demons, and they are they
live at
have,
the bottom of the Comedy Store.
They literally have like this case where they have two faces. They have this face where they are interested. And then they have this face of disappointment, which they never put. It's the game in this industry is never to make an enemy. It's like Chris,
because you never know who you're gonna work with.
Yeah, never say no. Never say exactly no. Always, and it's disgusting, and it's annoying because literally you're lying to me. If you're acting interested, I would rather a pitch to be like, man, that's a good pitch and it's a good idea, but I don't know if we're going to pick that because we will, because I have more respect for you than just fucking sitting and making me wait and you wasn't going to fuck with me and then be all like, ooh, you the shit. Ooh, that's so fucking good. Oh, wow. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, go fuck yourself and I don't need that. And I don't know who told you I need that. Like, I go to therapy, Therapists tell me what I need.
Yeah, they're very good at that, and they're very good at holding.
It's
playing
a
the cards
poker
close to the
face
vest,
thing. It's a poker face thing.
Yeah,
and
so
you know
good.
what? You know what? I will say this.
Well, you should be able to read this. You're Mabel from the saloon.
Let me explain something to you about me. The one thing, and you know this about me, Lenny.
Yeah.
The one thing that I am not good at doing is playing a poker face. I would lose at poker every time because my face would go like this every time I had a hand. And then every time I didn't have a hand, I'd be like, I don't want to play no more. And then they'd be like, yeah, she ain't got a good hand.
Also, if you don't have an ace, like if the guy you don't have an ace under there, I'm going to shoot you right after.
I'm just saying, I don't know. That's the one thing that I wish I could do. I wish I could do what some of these people do sometimes and be really fake. Like that meeting we got through, I got through that meeting because I was well supported and because it was very kind of real. It actually was kind of real. Feelings were known and things were, you know what I'm saying? But God, it's hard. My face doesn't let me lie. My face is the worst.
You were great. And let me just say this, no matter how it ends up with that group, it'll help you down the road. And I know you'll be mad and but it'll help you down the road.
Yeah, you keep trying to teach me how to do Michael, and I do him sometimes. I don't know.
You love Sonny. I do love Sonny.
Love Sonny.
The Godfather fans out there.
But Sonny gets shot every time. Every time he gets shot the fuck up every time, and I know that.
Yeah.
I know that when I do. I know, but I don't care. Like Sonny didn't give a fuck. He was going to beat that dude's ass for fucking with his sister. But there's only time I pull Michael Corleone is when I really don't give a fuck about the subject. Like when I really don't give a fuck, I can Michael Corleone like a motherfucker.
Well, when you do it, it really helps.
Oh my God, when I do it, it's so chef's kiss.
It's so good. You're
it's
so good,
so fucking good when I do.
You're so good at being Michael.
I'm so good at it. If I could just
boy,
be Michael all the time, God damn it.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back with Sonny, Michael, and Leslie right after this.
It's the worst imitation.
Oh, what? That's dead on. Dan. It's okay. Come on.
Jason, it's okay.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time for Who the Fuck Is This?
Who the fuck is this?
Where we welcome and interview a special guest on the show. We have an award-winning screenwriter and stand-up comedian today. She was recently profiled as one of the gutsiest women in comedy in Apple TV's Gutsy. She has a 1-hour special coming out soon called 1 in a Billion. And go to her website, zarnagarg.com/show to see where she's performing next. Please welcome Zarna Garg to the show. One of my faves.
What's up, girl? What up?
What's going on?
Namaste, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
You have an incredible story. Like, you've only been doing comedy for like 5 years and blowing up immensely. How did you get into it? Somebody told me your kids sparked this.
Yeah, they ganged up on me. It's true.
What were you doing before? And then
I
what
was
happened?
a stay-at-home mom for 16 years.
Whoa.
And 16 years of being home with the kids full time, I learned something. I'm not that into them.
Not to. Yeah, you don't like them that much.
I bet.
I mean, they're okay. You know, in this country, you kind of have a lot of legal obligations to keep them alive and stuff. But
Damn.
it would have been easier back home.
So you decided somebody
Damn.
told you, that's hardcore. It's like, wait, why didn't you go? Why did you leave there for the first? Why did you come out? When did you leave India? And then how long?
Oh, I came to America when I was almost 16. Yeah.
Almost 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came here for college and law school. You know.
And then never went back.
Never went back. I couldn't. I had nowhere to go back to. My dad had thrown me out of the house in India. So.
Why?
Why?
Because at 15, my mom died suddenly, like unexpectedly. And then day after her death, he's like, you need to get arranged.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
marriage.
Oh my
And
God.
you're
I
like-
wanted to ask you about that. So they was gonna arrange a marriage. Okay, tell me about that,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
You
I
didn't-
mean, it in his mind, it was a good plan. So he was not being a villain. He would have found a guy who was
Yeah.
rich and like, you know, things that mattered to him
In India.
in India.
Yeah.
And I was that kid in India who was being raised on American pop culture. Like, I watched American TV and I read Archie's comics books and I was like, no one there is getting married.
Wow.
No one was getting married in America.
and
Friends
they-
was happening.
They should have been though, because Veronica and yeah, they was kind of whorish. But like, I always wondered
yes.
about that because I watched and I don't know if this is a good example of the Indian matchmaking show.
No, it's a great example. It's a great example.
And I don't know. I guess I'm older, but I want to do that because.
Yeah, but hold on. No. You're not wrong. A lot of people today think that, but the one thing Indian matchmaking gets wrong, the one thing, and this might matter to you, is that the thing that they don't portray is that the woman has no choice. It's usually the men choose.
Oh.
Because the balance is so one-sided. There's so many men and the men get to choose whatever. So most times when a man says, I want this girl, there's a lot of pressure on the girl to just accept.
Say yes.
Well, okay, but on that show though, they were getting matches for women, and the women were choosing. So it's or
were they? I don't know.
or
See,
was the
I'm
men
actually
having to
friends
say
with
yes?
a lot of them. Like the women generally are in a less powerful position. Generally, it's very one-sided.
Wow.
Yeah, but also, can I ask you a Leslie question? She hasn't thought of this yet. So if you get arranged, like, you don't pick dick size for
No.
Leslie. It's very important.
Oh no.
No, I'm going to be part of the fucking arrangement. You think I'm going to let anybody arrange anything? I'm going to be part of the fucking arrangement. And like, I'm a rebellious ass motherfucker, beat my ass because I'm not fucking married. He got small dick. I'm not going to do this unless you're going to let me have somebody on the side. Daddy.
I
No.
need bigger.
And then plus I would tell him like, okay, that's cool. He can be rich. He can be whatever it is you need, but he needs to know how to fuck. It's not even necessarily a big dick. Like, I want somebody who know how to fuck. Hello.
Well,
Thank you.
That's not a criteria.
it's not a, it's not
Oh,
a
it's the
selling point.
goddamn criteria. It's the criteria, motherfucker. It's up there.
You don't
Shit.
even get to meet the guy.
All right, so wait. So you're
What?
16.
That's some
wait,
bullshit.
You're 16
Okay,
and
I
you're
don't want
coming.
this no
you
more.
you was you decided to come to America, but your dad had to send you here.
No, I had to
just
find
left.
my own way.
Really?
I was couch surfing for a year and a half while I was figuring out where I could go.
In India, you were
In
couch surfing.
India.
Okay.
And my
Really?
sister, who lived in America, in Ohio, by the way, speaking of Ohio, shout out to the first segment.
Wow.
She said, if you can find your way here, you can live with me. So I, spent a year and a half trying to figure out how to get here without having anybody really supporting me.
And you did go to school eventually.
Yeah, I did. Back then, having an international student in Ohio was a big catch.
thing.
So they were like, if she comes here and she's willing to go to college or, and keep up good grades, we will find a way to bring her here. And that's how I got.
Oh, wow.
And it worked for me
Cool.
because I love being in school.
Where'd you go? Ohio
Yeah.
State?
University of Akron.
Akron. Okay.
And then
Oh,
Cleveland,
okay.
Ohio.
and you have a law degree.
Yeah, I do. Because my sister's house was more American. She's like, study as much as you want, do whatever you want to do. And I had a lot of freedom.
So where'd you meet your husband, in Ohio?
I met him online 25 years ago.
Wow, like Match.com or IndianMatch.com?
Wait a minute. Did they had computers 25? Okay, that's...
They had computers, but they didn't have Match.com.
No
Match
way.
had, no.
What they have?
It was one of those HTML sites. You remember back then
my
with the
God.
dial-up modem?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, my
You remember
God.
that?
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
It was old school. It was super old school.
And he's on it?
He was not on. So
okay.
I put my own. I was the first woman that I know of who put her own ad, Indian woman.
Wow.
Because I didn't have any parents and I thought I was so old. At 20, I thought it's over for me. That's the world I came
That's
from. My
so
dad
crazy.
had convinced me that
That's
no one is
crazy.
ever going to want to be with me.
20
So
years
I
old.
put an ad out myself. I was like, I better find some. I was in Cleveland. Where am I going to find an Indian guy? So AOL at the time was advertising, open up your world, 1995. I was like, yes. Yes.
1995, Leslie.
1995.
That's how you're going to be your soulmate. You got to draw them in color. It's amazing.
And
All
I
right.
wrote the world's most obnoxious ad, which I highly
Yep.
recommend, even though it was so cringy. It worked. It was like, I don't want to be with a guy who's this. You need to be smart. You need to be brilliant and ambitious and bring your tax returns. And 25 years pre-COVID, I was like, also bring a health report so I know you're all clean because I don't want to touch somebody with all kinds of diseases.
Oh, my God.
But that's how
And wait, and your husband shows up for this gig?
No, so my husband was in Switzerland with a bunch of kids, Indian kids, and they were making fun of the ads.
Oh.
And they saw my ad and they're like, this can't be real. And they emailed me. They're like, this isn't real, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was all so new.
God.
You remember when internet dating was new?
Yeah.
Everything was like, what if it's a serial killer?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So everybody was very suspicious in the beginning. I was like, it's very new. And I'm meeting, I met 100 people that year.
Wow.
Yeah, in Cleveland, Ohio.
Wow. So wait, when your husband's overseas, so how did you meet?
Well, he then struck up a friendship, which was a problem because my ad said, I don't want to be your friend.
Wow.
Do not come to me for friendship. I want to get married.
You did. You
did.
wanted to.
I said it. Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
that's how arranged marriages work. You don't meet and be friends. You see the guy, you like him, you get married. And then you hope and pray.
Holy
Okay, so wait,
shit.
but he comes here just to meet you or marry you or
Well,
to
he
date
came,
you?
he was like, I want to meet you. He wasn't
Yeah.
looking to get married. So
Right.
I was then moving to New York for my first job.
Right.
I said, the only time I can meet you is at JFK. Because my schedule was full of meeting other people who wanted to get married.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
wow.
At JFK.
At JFK. So we
At
met
Jeff.
at the arrivals.
At the arrival.
Jeff.
At JFK at the airport. And so, where do you go at the airport? What do you just walk around the terminals, getting to know each other?
I said, I don't know why you're here. I told him, I said, I don't want to meet you. I'm not looking for friends.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
And so, what?
And he's like,
he's
you're
just a sweet
cool
talker.
and you're so cool. And then he was in New York for 2 days. He was broke. I was broke. And he's like, I have nowhere to go. I'm like, oh my God, now you're my problem.
Oh, wow.
Suddenly, I got a problem on my hands now.
Wait. So then after 2 days,
Wait a minute, did he
you're
stay
just
with
hanging
you?
around New York?
He stayed with me and I told him, I said, be quiet and stay in my illegal sublet. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Shoot. It was a totally illegal, the cheapest thing I could get, So I told him, stay in there because I had meetings to meet guys. I was I'm very I have tunnel vision. If I'm doing one thing, that's all I'm doing.
Okay, so you came to New York to meet guys.
Well, I had a job lined up.
Okay,
and
good
then
job.
I was like, I have to meet somebody because already I'm way over the hill.
Right.
According to the world I came from. So
Like
I was like,
22?
these two things need to happen.
Okay.
So I was meeting guys and I said, just stay inside the room and then go back. Do whatever, And he would like interfere in every date. Like he would come down to the lobby, walk around, say hi to people. Like, you don't understand. Like Indian guys have fragile egos. They're all like, who's this guy? And I was like, I don't know. He's here. Why is he here?
Holy shit. So wait, so then you're going on, so 2 days goes by.
Yeah.
And so is this guy now,
Well, we
just-
kind of became friendly. He was very fascinated. Like, what are you doing? I told him, I don't understand why I should lie about anything that I want.
right.
This is what I want. There's billions of people out there. I need one guy who matches this description.
And
Jesus.
so
Who's
did he?
smart, who's ambitious.
How'd you figure out he did?
He didn't, but he was like, but you don't feel bad asking? I'm like, why should I feel bad?
Yep.
Why should
Very
I feel
honest.
bad about asking for an ambitious guy if that's what I want in my life?
But he was an ambitious guy, wasn't he?
He was, but I wanted more. And he's like, I'm the top of India. I'm like, maybe then I need to be somewhere else.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. He came from a world where he was revered. Right? And every Indian boy, he went to a top college in India.
Yeah.
He was born and raised to believe that he's the prince. And like, I was like, I don't know. Do you have a tax return? Something I can look at? Like,
No, but
you know
I
what
like
mean?
that. I like check yourself, motherfucker. This is a real,
Right?
this
Thank you, Leslie. Right?
Fuck all that. I
Like
don't
what
give a
you
fuck
just
with,
said.
like you just
what you just said. I'm
Yeah.
gonna arrange myself. I want to see the
yeah.
dick.
Like exactly.
So what happened?
You a small fish in a big pond at this point. Go back to India then, motherfucker.
Well, how did he pass
that
this
bullshit?
test?
Well, then, even despite my best intentions, we became friends.
So now you're living in New York and he's living in New York.
No, he went back to
India.
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
We were
Long distance
long
friends.
distance for a few months. Yeah.
And then what? He comes back to New York and goes, I want to be more than friends?
Yeah, no, he wanted to be friends. I said, listen
Oh.
to me. I am not looking for friendship. I cannot
see.
be more clear. I like you, and if you like me, maybe we get married because I don't know what else to offer.
Mm.
I don't do that in between stuff.
Wow.
Oh,
and
wow.
he's like, okay, I think we get married.
Damn.
And you guys have been married for how long?
And y'all
now?
been
It'll
married.
be 25 years this December.
Fuck. Okay, well, wait a minute. So after you got married to him, was you okay with being like? Was you like okay, or was you like, oh shit, should I have waited?
No, listen. I come from a world where you don't look for the right person. You become the right person.
Wow.
So that's
deep.
all I knew.
That is deep.
My siblings were all arranged at 17, 18. And they're all married. So we don't, like, no one ever asked them, like, you think he's the right guy? My sister was married at 17.
Wait, let me ask you a stupid question. So if he turned out to be horrible, would you
Yeah,
have
I was
just
just
flat out
gonna
divorced
say,
him and
yeah.
moved on? Or?
I want to believe I would have because I think I'm a little bit strong, but I don't know.
You are.
I don't know. I know a lot of people in bad marriages, but I know a lot of people in bad marriages in America.
Yeah.
All right. So now you're knocking out kids now. So you have 3 kids.
Well, that's an Indian thing. We have lots of kids.
Okay,
How many
so
kids you
by
have?
the time
3.
3.
Okay.
3. That's a lot. That's a lot, Leslie. In
That
New York
is a lot.
City, that's a
For
lot.
sure.
That's a
Nobody
lot
has
of
3 kids in
yeah,
here.
It's
that's a lot.
freaking expensive
Yeah.
too. Like, don't get me
especially
started.
in New
You know what
York.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he became ambitious. He did get a great job, right? He is a financial guy, right?
Well, he was always ambitious, and I was like, what else are you doing? You can't have hobbies and passions. Like, you can't fall for this American thing.
But wait.
Get a job.
Okay, so wait a second. So he got a job. Obviously, you got a good job. Then you're also working as well. But then you gave it up to raise the kid.
Yeah. Also, I was really bad. I'm licensed to practice law in New York, but I was so bad at it. So, like, I was like, I should do humanity a favor. Stay home.
Hilarious.
Did you have to argue in court on anything?
Yeah, I did. And it was bad. I would take my own client to the judge and be like, he's robbed the liquor store. Take him.
That is a bad, especially a defense attorney. For
The
sure.
judge would be like, do you know what you're supposed to do? I'm like, you and I both know he did it. Come on, let's go.
The worst lawyer
After the
ever.
second time, he's like, you should not be practicing law. I said, I agree.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Oh my
All right.
God.
So you do this for a certain amount of years, and then eventually your kids grow up to.
Yeah. Well, I was dying. I really wanted to work. I wanted to make my own money.
Yep.
I felt like I had, I'd
Yes.
fought a lot in life to be free. I lost a lot.
Of course.
My dad died without saying a word to me.
Right.
I mean, 20
Really?
years he didn't talk to me.
Whoa.
Yeah, because Indian, these guys.
Even after
back
you got
home, they-
married?
Well, he thought I married a loser. He thought he's in his mind the only right match was the match he would have chosen.
Wait, so did you get married here in the United States?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, in India.
In India.
I
You
met
went
his
back.
parents.
Yeah.
I went back. I met his parents the day of the marriage.
Oh my God. So
But
did
okay,
you get,
what?
did
Yeah,
your dad
I just
come?
want to say, who pays for the? Is it supposed to?
So his family paid for half of it, which they were dying over because usually the guy's side doesn't pay.
Really?
Yeah, usually the woman pays everything and
What
brings the
the
dowry and
wait a
the whole
minute.
thing.
Okay, that's some fuck shit. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
Hold on. So not only do I not get to pick the dick, not only do I have to fucking be with whoever the fuck, like stinking breath, stinking ass, whatever, I gotta pay for that shit.
Pay money to do it. Like aside from the wedding, bring the dowry so you buy the guy.
A diary.
A dowry. It's like you pay for the valuation of this guy because he's accepting you and his family's accepting you.
Yeah, it's like two goats,
And after that, you say thank you.
Yep. That's how
Are
it
you
works in India.
fucking serious?
Yes.
Are you fucking with me right now? Are you fucking
No.
with me right now?
That's how it works.
Oh, motherfucker, I would give them 2 rats. That's what the fuck he worth. 2 fucking rats. And this motherfucking half 8 croissants I fucking just ate, bitch. Go fuck yourself, motherfuckers. Are you kidding me?
No, my
amazing.
mother-in-law saw me wearing glasses the
Yep.
day she met me and she was like horrified. She's like, my son,
He's marrying a girl who wears glasses.
he's wearing, he's like, how did you, and I never apologized for anything more than wearing glasses that day.
That's funny. The Jews do that. The Orthodox do that too, Leslie. They'll send the girl or the guy, I can't remember which one, to go to the dentist to make sure their teeth are good.
Yeah. Yeah.
To make sure they come in like they get.
What
they
are you,
wanna
a
marry somebody
fucking
with healthy
horse?
teeth.
Are you a fucking
It's
horse?
crazy. Well,
I-
not me.
No, but
It's
you might as well be a
horse
horse if you fucking
But
checking for
arranged
teeth.
marriage,
The arranged marriage is a
arranged
whole
marriage
thing.
is horse
Okay,
trading.
well,
That's
I
exactly what that
changed
is.
my whole fucking mind. I don't want to arrange. This is just disgusting. I don't even. I'm so
It
appalled.
goes back a long
I'm appalled.
time.
I'm appalled.
It is kinda-
I'm so
the
tired
traditions-
of this misogynistic ass bullshit. Because to
And the
me,
cultural stuff goes back.
I would tell their family I agree to it only if I get to call him bitch every time he fucking walks into the room.
Well, Zarna does. Don't
Here
you call him
come
bitch every
here
day?
come this bitch. Here come this bitch. Yeah, didn't I pay for you? He's a fuck boy at this point if you paying for him. A dowry, the fuck out of here. What is you, a princess? Fuck
All
out
right,
of
25 years later, how'd you do?
here. Ew.
I think. Well, I told
I'm
him, I
so
said, I'm
mad.
going to be famous. So you know what I have
Yeah.
to do? Like, if you become
Exactly.
famous and you're part of entertainment,
Yeah.
you upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. And I want all my
funny.
money back. I want my dowry back, bitch. I want my dowry
You can
back.
buy your freedom.
But do
You'll
you
buy your
get
freedom.
along with the mom now?
I mean, get along is a
Oh,
strong
wow.
statement, but but
Wow.
we're good. We're good. Like she's come around. Let's just say.
But she's
you
there.
know. But she tells people like, look at the career he gave her.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get to that. How did that start? When did that
that's
start?
just
So
making
you're
me angry right there. I'm gonna have to meet her. Like you
You're
need to
like-
get
wait,
it
so-
right, chick. I don't know you, but you need to get it right.
so you're like about 19 years into the marriage, and you
Yeah.
decide I want to go back to work.
Yeah.
And and your daughter says,
Yeah.
I think you're funny.
Yeah, she's like my kid. My friends love hanging out with you. You're so funny. Why don't you do stand-up comedy?
And you have no idea what it is.
And I'm like, that's not a job. Like, I wanted a job that paid money. I was like, I need to make money. I wanted to do it. She's like, no, Mom, stand-up comedy is a thing. And then all the kids, all three of them ganged up on me. Because 16 years, I told them, I was like, you try this sport and you try this because you should try things. Then they all ganged. Oh, Mom is too scared to try.
Oh, they got
But see
scared to
now,
try.
Yeah.
how was that? Because that had to be like a shock to the dude too, because you had to be out at nights. Was he mad about that?
your husband, yeah.
I mean, my husband, he knew that I gave up a lot to support his career. I really did. Like, I mean, jokes aside, I could have had a thriving legal career. I could have done other things. But I had to stop all that so that he could work and our kids would be fed and the whole, the whole thing. And he knew that I was ready. I was just dying to make it happen.
Right.
So he's a great guy. I mean, I don't know how he fell out of the villages of India, but I got a good one.
Okay.
So you wait. So your kids put you up to it. You
Yeah.
go do an open mic and you just start telling stories.
Yeah,
of-
because the open mic lady said, I didn't know what an open mic was. I was like, what do you want? My kids sent me here. I'm not sure what to do. And she's like, okay, go on stage and just talk about whatever you think is funny.
Right.
And at 5 minutes, I just riffed on my mother-in-law and life and whatever. And everybody was like dying laughing. So I came off and I said, what did I just do? What, is this a job? Like, people pay money to do this? Like, is this what they do in the clubs? I'd never stepped foot in a club.
Wow.
Like, Indian people, even now, have not, like, that's a whole audience that has never been to comedy clubs.
Yeah, my dad as well thought it was in a nightclub. He had no idea. And he's like, that's a thing? There's
Yeah.
a club, a comedy club, and they just do stand-up. I'm like, yeah. Well, what's stand-up? Like, I had the same thing. There's so many people have no idea, especially if
Wow.
they're not from here.
You know what
originally.
I get asked all the time is like, people will say, so that means we have to stand, the audience? I'm like, no, you sit, we stand. They have no
makes sense.
idea what.
Stand-up comedy.
You sit, we stand. That's hilarious. So wait, so then it starts you start doing it and you start liking it and you
Yeah.
start doing it, and now it's 4 years later and you know it. You're pretty damn good at it.
I mean, that's for, ST to decide.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
But that's even a weird story. That's a weird story. You were doing a show. Yamaneika's on the show.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever heard of you. And Yamaneika goes, "You're hilarious. I gotta have
Well,
ST see you."
Yamaneika first thought I was a poet. She's like, what you doing here? I said, I'm here for the comedy. She's like, oh, you do poetry? Because she didn't know, and I didn't know what to say. So I was like, okay. But then I went on stage and she saw what I do. And
Right.
she's like, oh, you need to be at the cellar. I was like, what's that? Yeah.
And that's funny because I'm the one who got Yamaneika in. Like, I told Esty, because Esty was
About
like,
a
oh, I
million
don't know. And I
times.
was like, yeah, you need to put her up. I was like, I forgot the other dude that used to go up and do all that dirty shit. And I was like, you put that motherfucker up, you could put Yamaneika up, And I was like, I was like, she's another me. Like,
there
I
you
was
go.
like,
She paid it
if I
forward.
wasn't, and I told him, I was like, if I wasn't on SNL, I would be in the same place as Yamaneika, and you would put me up because I'm funny. So she started putting her up, and Yamaneika
Wow.
paid it for her. That's so good.
There you go.
She really did. I mean, she continues to. She's
she's
somebody
great.
I
You
lean
got
on
to.
all
That's the
time.
only way to do that type of club, man. And the men don't do it as much, I think.
But
Yeah.
Here's my question for you. Oh my God, I've gotten so many people into the comedy
yeah,
cellar.
but you're not a man.
I know, no, I'm not normal.
You're not a man. You know.
Listen, let me ask you this. I'm not a man. That hurt. I heard it. You piece of shit. So I heard it.
Can we talk about something that
Sure.
Leslie talked about before? Because my mind was blown during the
Sure.
first segment.
I want to come back to this though.
Because we have something in. Oh, okay. Then you go first.
Okay, just don't write it.
Yeah,
Make sure you have,
I know-
you have a
I know
note.
it, yeah.
All right, here's my thing. You do this whole thing, like,
Yeah.
and I want Leslie to hear this. You're very big. Your kid's number one girl going to Stanford,
Yeah.
right? And you're very big in your act, and also when I speak to you about STEM, which is
Yeah.
what is science? What is it?
Technology, engineering, math, yeah.
That's a big thing in education.
Yeah.
So some people, instead of going for you really think people if you're going to pay for college,
Yeah.
they're going for a STEM degree. They're not
Absolutely.
going for an artistic degree.
No.
So here's my thing. But you have proven that it's bullshit, and you will go for whatever you want. So how do you reconcile this?
I do because I took, like, listen, I had 20 years of paying debt.
Yeah.
I did it myself. I was out on the streets. If you have the gumption to say, fuck you, mom, I'm going to do it myself, I'll respect that. But you can't have me like making
Paying
you
for it.
hot rotis and like wiping out my 401k so I can fund this dream of your, you know what I
Okay, so if she wants to go to Stanford and if she decides to go to theater major, you're not paying for it, but she can do it.
She can do it, but she has to fly. I mean, it was tough what I went through.
Oh, I believe it.
For what I believed in, I paid a big, big price.
Oh, I'd kill my
burned
daughter if she did that.
There you go. And what kids, these soft kids in America, you think, but if their Netflix doesn't work for a minute, they fall apart.
I agree.
You heard Leslie last night. Didn't work for an hour.
I fucking agree.
Right?
I always tell kids, if you don't know what the fuck you want to do, go to college and actually fucking use the college to fucking figure it out. I was in college until I figured it out.
Learn one thing.
Learn one real thing.
Because what I'm going to tell you too, don't just, you've been doing it 5 years, don't just, you don't get good until 10. So listen, and when I first started, I was fucking good. I was beating out good comics. 3 years, I fucking thought I was the shit. But at 10 years, motherfucker, I was definitely ready to get ready for more. So you're good now. And I want to give you your love and shit. And don't let this shit fool you though. Do you understand?
Right.
Don't
I'm hearing
because when you start you start believing that shit, you will stop. You will stop learning. You will stop trying to get better. And it's happened to a lot of people. They get they get an opportunity and they stop. They stop learning how to be a real comedian. So I think
she's
it's
on
awesome.
her way.
I think it's awesome. But fucking continue to learn, continue to pay attention, continue to do all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. I'm listening. Yeah.
Oh, believe me, she's got the good news is in New York, as you know, she's got people around her that will.
Oh yeah,
guide
that's
her
the
a
good
little
thing
bit,
about
which
like
is,
New York.
it's a better. Yeah, and so like Zarna and I constantly like to have conversations on agents and managers.
And,
and it's driving her crazy. And it's funny because she's gotten so hot. You got the special, you filmed the special, it'll be released. It could be huge. It's if it blows up the way people think, then you're gonna have a lot of problems that you don't even know yet. With fame and all this stuff,
especially catching it especially catching it as young. I keep saying that. I'm telling you, it's the Eddie Murphy effect. I say it all the time. Eddie, when he first got discovered, he had only been doing it 5-6 years, and now like he's like, yo, I've created monsters by being that good to where I don't know if I could come in and still try to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you never want to be like that. You always want to be the comic it's the gunslinger that always knows how to shoot.
For sure. All right, go ask Leslie your questions before I get to
Sorry.
Well, Leslie, you were saying something right at the beginning of the episode that I was like, oh my God, how do I have this in common with Leslie? I haven't slept in 40 years. I don't go to sleep till 5 or 6 in the morning myself.
Yeah,
it's like I work myself into an exhausted tizzy, and then like at 6, I just
knock out.
Pass out.
Just knock out. It's my brain. What I wish that there was some way to go inside of your head and click off the brain, because it's almost like I wake up and I have it's a to-do list that this crazy person that sits in the back office of my brain and goes, this is the perfect time to bring up that I don't think she knows where that second computer is. Do you remember when you bought your assistant that second computer? Do you know where it is right now? So now I'm texting my fucking assistant at 3 a.m. like, hey, did that, and wondering why they're not answering back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I get a lot of texts that I wake up to in the morning, and they're hilarious. My wife I don't know, I reach over for the phone.
I always hope that he put it on silence, though. I just hope.
It's on silent.
Yeah, because
I sleep the whole night.
Yeah, because
I sleep all night.
text,
but when I wake up, I read whatever text came in overnight. Usually they're from LA. And oh fuck are my first words.
Yeah, because I'm just like, okay, Lenny, get this mother, like, because I like this, like, I'll just have random thoughts, and the reason that I express them is because I don't remember shit. Sometimes I don't remember shit, so I go, okay, oh fuck, okay, like the fuckery of the week. If I don't write that shit down into this file of fuckery of the week, it is fucked of the week. It's fucked out of my head. So
are you doing that too, Zarna? Are you sending notes in the middle of the night? Are you sending texts in the middle of the night?
All the time.
Because
I forget.
It is so funny. Avi be up too. Sometimes I text him and be like, Avi, did so and so. Like I always start off with sorry for the late text, but so and so.
Oh my God! All right, I want to run a couple questions by Zarna.
Yeah.
Halloween. You said you did Halloween for like 16 years. Your husband finally did it.
For the first time. For the first time. And his mom made such a big deal about it. She made a big stink about him making her son do all the handiwork. He had to walk with the kid up and down in a building. And so I asked her, I said, so I've been doing the handiwork? Like I've been the servant? And she's like, yeah.
Oh my God, I love going on Halloween with my kid.
No, he went and it was nothing.
How'd it go?
He 3 floors in, he's like, no one needs more candy, and dragged the kids back.
Wow.
He has he's, oh my God. He's a great guy, but fun is not his thing.
Wow.
Like, Indian men and fun, we don't think about that. Like, you think tech support.
That's awesome.
Terrible.
Leslie,
I would have
did
made
you
his ass
ever
go back
date, you know what I'm going to ask,
What?
any Indian guys in your past?
No.
As
and
the old whore.
No, actually not. And because I don't think Indian guys would have fucked with me like that. Like, I mean, I think I've had a couple of Indian friends, but never fucked one. I think.
Well, they're not, open. I mean, a woman with opinions is not their favorite thing. It's not their.
Yeah, and I got a lot of opinions.
You got opinions, Leslie? Yeah, I got opinions. Bye.
I mean, you know why my special is named 1 in a Billion.
I think Bob was Spanish.
Bob was Spanish.
Yeah, I was trying to think of this dude in college. I did make out with this guy no, he wasn't Indian. He was, I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen an Indian guy.
I'm not sure.
Can you think of this, Leslie? Have you ever seen an Indian guy and a black girl, or a black girl and an Indian guy?
Absolutely.
I haven't seen that couple.
Absolutely. I've seen that a lot. Yeah, I've seen that. And because there's some cute Indian guys. I just don't think Indian guys would, like she said, I'm too much. I'm too much for an Indian guy. Because the first time he tell me I have to worship him, I'm gonna punch him straight in the face. Oh, worship, bow, there it is, bow down.
Yeah, there's a little bit of cultural difference there.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Well, but that's why, when my comedy special drops, I'm actually terrified.
Really?
I actually legit
you think
terrified.
You think Indian people are going to be pissed?
No one's done it. No, Leslie, no one like me has done it. On this whole earth, no one like me has put out a 1-hour comedy special.
An Indian mom has never put out a
Indian mom from India with a bindi and a kurta, talking about Indian culture, Indian religion. It is so frightening.
That is going to be a big thing then, yo. That's going to be big.
And people tell me that I'm trailblazing, and I'm like, I don't want to. I feel like a sheep being led to slaughter. I'm so terrified. I'm like, I don't want to be a pioneer.
The best advice I would give you: don't look at the comments.
No, I'm not even worried about the comments. Like, I'm worried about the country turning on me.
No,
I
think that you will have more support than you think. I think
she's got great support. This is the one thing about the Indian community. Wherever she goes, they come out.
I was just going to say, I think you're going to have way more support than you think. I think you're going to be.
Yeah. I hope. And
plus, it's something that
terrified.
I see. Anytime I see Indian shows or Indian entertainment, they're very flashy, very out there, and not Americanized, but a beautiful Indian version of that. Like I always see the big stars, and they look. I think that they're going to be so happy to have their first Indian woman comedian. I think that's going to be big. That's going to be big.
Not only do I agree, but I wish there was Vegas I could put money on it.
Yeah.
And I've been telling our bosses you might want to get this lady who has the gift of gab on a podcast.
I would invest
if she blows up, you're going to have a tough time getting her.
She's going to have a lot of followers.
I mean, but here's the thing, Leslie. Like the things that you've seen are all storytelling that has existed. I am learning from you guys, right? You guys at the Cellar in New York, what you talk about.
Right.
So Lenny was at my taping. He knows the stuff that's in my special. I talk about gun control, abortion, how abortion is dealt with in India.
It's gonna be
People
something.
don't like Indian women saying
Yeah, but
things.
you do-
It
Yeah,
feels
but
like airing dirty laundry.
I'm
in
telling
some
you,
way.
I'm
You do
telling
it in
you,
a light way.
Yeah,
You do it
and
in a light way.
I see it. That's just gonna blow up, cuz that's gonna blow up.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gonna
gonna
blow
be
up.
big.
That's
All right,
all I
last
said.
thing while I have you, Zarna.
Yeah.
Last thing.
Yeah.
I have to go to a parent-teacher conference,
Oh,
and for
no.
a 4-year-old, it's kind of ridiculous. But
No.
you say that this gets worse every year. Parent-teacher conferences suck all the way through.
Why do they
It's so
suck?
stupid.
Is it because they just telling you so many bad things about your kid, or
No, they don't say bad
my
things.
parents hated my parents. My dad just stopped going at it at some point, and my mom was just like, just send the fucking notes. We know what the fuck. She's fucked up. She fucking terrifies everyone in the class. She terrifies you. Yes. We should get her a tutor and some fucking Yeah, we know.
Amazing.
But you heard, Leslie just described exactly the problem with the parent-teacher conference.
Go ahead.
You think the teacher is going to tell you, the parent who lives with the kid 24/7,
Right.
something that they don't know?
Right.
The whole thing is ass backwards.
Yeah.
If you think about
Yeah.
it.
You should tell them.
The teacher should be meeting with you. Like,
Yeah,
what do you want to
exactly.
say about your
What do
kid?
exactly, and tell me what the fuck I'm going to
They
expect.
show you a piece of paper.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look, this is his handwriting. I'm like, you think I don't know my own kid's hand? I live with him.
My mom,
can't read it either.
I just always remember my mom after my parents teacher. And whenever my mom is in the living room and on the couch with her cigarette and her legs open, like that, it was a bad. It was bad. It was fucking bad. It was fucking bad. My brother got all the good shit, but I just was the subject of just tyranny. It was just
That sounds like an Indian household.
Yeah,
See,
kinda.
her brother got all the good stuff.
Mhm.
Well, I bet there's they're good students though. I think.
Yeah, but it wasn't
they're
because
all right.
it wasn't because my dad was misogynistic. It was because I was fucking a terrible kid. I was awful.
Well, you were claiming your destiny. The thing is that when a woman has opinions and says things, it's like she's bad. That's bad behavior. Like, the recipe of a good girl child is one that's obedient and sits around and listens.
And be
So what
girly,
is-
and I never was none
What
of
are
that.
what are you telling your oldest daughter then?
Well, first she has to do the STEM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when she gets out, she's empowered. Well, she's American.
But what if she decides not to go to college?
That's fine, but she has to live with the entire consequences of it.
I see.
The problem I'm seeing, and there are kids who rebel in my community and kids in general, right? But then they want mom and dad. Can we stay in your basement?
Right.
Can you pay for no?
Yeah.
You want to do that? I did
you
a
gotta
lot
go
on
all
my
the
own,
way.
but
Yep.
I dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it meant, and it meant many bad things, and I
Yeah,
dealt with it.
I agree with
so
that 100%.
these soft kids today, they can't Are you kidding me?
I agree with that
Amazing.
100%.
If
My dad
there's
was like,
a new
"You gotta get a
iPhone
job."
out
Yeah.
and they don't have it, they're falling apart.
Yeah. My dad was like, "Yeah, so you want to be a comedian? Oh, you ain't living here.
Yeah.
Have a nice life. I hope you
And
end
you
up
figured
being-
it out,
And you,
right?
and
You
that's,
had to
and I
do it.
figured it out like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
guys are very similar. Strong women. You gotta love them.
Wow.
Zarna, thank
shut
you.
Up. Just
What?
shut up.
I love strong women.
Don't
Who
nobody,
wants a
gives
pushover?
A fuck? Who gives a fuck if you like strong women, you fucking man? I'm strong in spite of your goddamn strong women comment. That's the thing that we hate about you men. That you just
What?
gotta. It's just like when people talk about black people and be
Very
like,
generous.
she's so well spoken. Well, fuck you, bitch. I mean,
Well,
I'm
I
not
never
a
say
goddamn
that.
banshee. You know what I'm saying? The fuck.
Yeah, nobody's gonna say that about you.
Oh,
I can tell
not
you
to my face. Not to my motherfucking face.
Oh, you are very welcome to come back, Zarna. Thank you so much for doing this
Zarna,
with us.
I loved
The
your
gates are
stories on
always
it. It was
open.
awesome.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you for having me, Leslie.
Zarna's special will be out the first quarter of 2023 called 1 in a Billion. Please get to her and watch her live wherever she goes. You can find her on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Zarna Garg. She's got a whole business we could talk about of her. Just do it. She's the queen of how many views? Tell them. Go ahead. I love this. How many?
It's closing on 200 million.
200
Wow, how'd you get 200 million views? How'd you do that?
It's crazy. She content. She works like a dog.
I have a whole digital business that I run, and aside from the comedy.
To promote herself.
I make videos every day. And I drop videos every day. And I put the kids to work. # believe in child labor.
Exactly. I mean, because that's what we was. Like, come and get the remote. Go get me a glass of water.
Yeah, exactly. And I make videos about that. And then all the kids on TikTok get all like, oh, yo, your mom made you work. They had to pick up a remote. It's okay. But then they start fighting with each other about how horrible I am. And it works for me because I get views.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Watch her on Gutsy on Apple TV. You can hear some of this story as well. And she'll be at Caroline's on Broadway if you're in New York City over the holidays. That is sure to sell out. So keep an eye on that. Zarna, thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, my God.
Love
Thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you, Leslie.
Thank you. I had a good time. Thank you, Zarna.
It's time for the Fckry of the Week. And this week, I'm going to start off with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, Leslie, is the best. Good food, a few days off from work, and you get to see loved ones and people you haven't seen in a while. I like it. The weather usually isn't horrible yet. Maybe you throw the football around. Football's on all day on a Thursday, and the Giants play Dallas this year on Thanksgiving, so it's going to be an extra fun day.
I
go to Gina's parents' house
they killed a bunch of
or the
Indians for
brother's house, and their whole family makes desserts. As you know, it's a great thing. It's the biggest dessert table we've ever seen. Yep. And you've seen everyone eats, drinks, and is merry. Thanksgiving, America, God bless everyone. And then one day later, we do some good old American fuckery. Black Friday. The day after Thanksgiving, regarded as the first day of traditional Christmas shopping season on which retailers offer special reduced prices. And people of all colors, nationalities, and religions come together as one to lose their fucking minds over stuff. Stabbings, rioting, shootings, etc. leave hundreds in the USA to mourn one day after they gave thanks for harmony, the country, their family, and hope for the future. Don't believe me? Go check out BlackFridayDeathCount.com for the insanity. And this year, with the cordial political harmony we're experiencing, maybe you want to sit this one out, you fucking morons. I got one word for you. Amazon. Order your gifts. Save gas on gas to the mall. Your ugly sweaters and widescreens come right to your house. Have a relaxing Friday off. No stress, no brawling, and you can avoid, death. But sure, go fight a stranger over a crock pot, you crackpot, as grandma sits in the corner and yells, "Oh my God, the humanity." Don't be so dramatic, Lenny. Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, what says Christmas spirit these days more than a black eye in the name of Jesus?
Yeah, and plus Thanksgiving, we shouldn't be celebrating that anyway. Isn't that about killing all Indians?
I guess.
Yeah. I just don't understand that anyway. Yeah.
I do love the food, though. I do love the food. The turkey is delicious. And Gina's family does it amazing. The sweets. And it's football.
But
you can't twist my arm about
we got to call it something else. And do you know that Monday they have Cyber Monday, so you can get those same specials Monday on computer.
You don't even have to go to the mall anymore. Yeah. It's like people go out of their way to kill each other.
I don't get that either. That is something too. That is something, and they really do hurt each other.
Fuckery is what it is.
It's a purge. It's a purge sale.
It really is.
Maybe
they should just make everything for free. Whoever can get out of there alive.
Exactly. Yeah. That is exactly. It's amazing race.
That's true. All right, talk about you got one about dumb shit people say.
Yes,
So
I got.
Let's have it.
My fuckery of the week is dumb shit people say and dumb shit people do. It amazes me every fucking year. Every fucking year, there's one person who thinks dressing up in a Nazi outfit and walking into a Jewish deli is fucking funny or clever.
On Halloween, yeah.
It's racist. And like, what is your end game? What is your end game? I just saw this video of these kids, these high school kids, dressed up as inmates in blackface. I don't.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with what? This is the thing that I have to ask white people. Are you so past that little racist film that you have in your fucking mind to not understand how offensive the shit is? It's just like, oh, I was dressing up like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropical Thunder. Well, he was wrong too. Like, what are you doing? Like, what's your fucking end game? That's what. Who's laughing at this joke? Because whoever that is, they racist too. Like, and then what pisses me off is that you get called out on it, and then you want to cry, oh, I'm not racist. Yes, you are. If that's funny to you, you are racist. It's very simple, people. Black people have been through a fucking lot. We went through a lot. Even in the film industry, they thought that it was okay to put black mud on a motherfucking white actor's face, and call them. They thought that was okay. So it's humiliating. Do you understand that when you even putting that shit on your face, you don't look like a black person? Do you look like you putting shit on your face? So that's even more of a fucking insult, that you think we look like shit. What's wrong with you motherfuckers that you don't understand? And then you wonder why. Like, I swear it feels like every time some shit happens, I tell Lenny I need to quit comedy and become a goddamn sniper. Because the shit is or either I should just be able to go and punch motherfuckers in the face that don't get it. Because that's what I feel like. You motherfuckers are not going to get it until you get your fucking ass whooped. And be account. And you know what's making me so upset is that when someone does it, that your friends don't call you the fuck out. Call motherfuckers the fuck out. It's the same shit I was just talking about. Stop letting people get away with that. Hey, I'm not your friend anymore because that was racist what you did. Hey, that's racist what you're doing. Why? Hey, who sits at home? Do you remember they had this film of this fucking asshole who had black shit on his face, pretending to be black girls who are watching the Black Ariel. What? When you were thinking of that, what part of that made you think that everybody was gonna be like, dude, that's fucking hilarious? I say every fuckery of the week when I start talking about racism, and I know y'all tired of hearing it, but I'm going to have to keep saying it because I don't think you understand even the little micro bullshit that you do, and it affects us, cuz racism is very deep. If I can walk up the street as a black person and be stopped by police because I'm black, that's racism. Do you understand that what we fucking deal with every fucking day? And then you do these things and don't think that they're offensive because you're so used to doing it. And you probably get away with saying all that shit around your friends. It's wrong, motherfuckers. When are y'all gonna learn? When are you gonna learn not to walk up on black people and not think that we not gonna knock you the fuck out? Like real talk. That's some privilege that you just not fucking understanding that you think you got. I'm gonna keep screaming it, and motherfucker, look, I don't want y'all to think I hate white people because I don't hate white people, but I tell you, there's some of you motherfuckers that really need a lesson. Y'all need a lesson taught to you. Real talk. Real fucking talk. That's my fuckery, goddammit. I done got pissed off again.
Yeah, for the millionth time. Blackface and the Nazi outfits, unacceptable. I don't know how many ways we have to say this every time.
It incredible. It just makes sense. Somebody sits in their living room and think of that fucking what makes me so mad?
Is gonna be good.
Why didn't they stomp the shit out of him when he walked in that fucking diner? Why didn't they close why didn't they do a Bronx Tale and lock the door and said, now you can't leave, motherfucker, and fucking took a bunch of dreidels and dreidled that motherfucker into the ground? If you tell me that's what you do with dreidels, then I'm with the dreidel. dreidel, that motherfucker. What's the song to dreidel? What's the dreidel song?
Dreidel.
Yeah.
I beat you with some clay.
Yeah,
because
dreidel. I beat you.
My bar.
Yeah,
Hey.
you wore a Nazi outfit. Dreidel, that motherfucking ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck, son? Oh my God! That was one time I really wish they would have got up and just beat his ass. Then they have that little smirk on their face, like
what?
It's so fucking annoying, Lenny. Like, you're gonna live a bad life. You're gonna die from cancer. Ugh. The world is ending.
That's the end
Lenny.
of the show. I know.
The world is ending.
I know. Let's hope not. That's the end of our show today. Hopefully we'll have one next week, unless the world ends as Amazo predicts.
Yeah.
Real serious note, real quick. Somebody did pass away. Steve King, the bouncer, the big dude at the Comedy Cellar. You've seen him. If you walked into the Village Underground, you saw a big guy sitting out there all the time. A gentle giant, Steve King. I used to talk to him about the Giants all day long.
Rest in peace, bro.
Rest in peace. It was really sad. We love you, and hopefully and there's a GoFundMe for his family, and you can find that on the Comedy Cellar USA Instagram and website, and he's a big loss, literally and figuratively. Remember to send your photos or links to this. Let's try it again. Just remember, any photos or links to this episode were posted on @Fckry Podcast on Instagram. That's spelled FCKRY Podcast on all platforms. Send us your listener questions to fuckrypodcast@gmail.com, FCKRYpodcast@gmail.com. Letters and voice memos are welcome. If you want to follow me, I'm at Lenny Marcus, NYC on all platforms. To follow Leslie, it's @LesDog. That's LESDOG with 3 G's on Twitter, 4 G's on Instagram, and 5 G's on TikTok. Why, Leslie?
Because I'm a motherfucking G, son.
The Fckry of Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus was created and stars Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus. The show is produced by Judith Cargbo, and our audio engineer in Los Angeles today is Sam Kiefer. Our New York City and audio engineer and board operator is Dan Spaventa. Music for this show is done by Marina Pais. This is an Earwolf production.
'Cause the wolf has